G'day guys, what's going on? Matt here again for another episode of Having a Yak. Brand new episodes, brand new year. Year 21. Well, hopefully it's going to be a better year today. I've actually got myself another guest, the usual. Mum, so what's going on, Mum?
Not much.
Alright, so we've got some developments this year, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
We've had the end of 2020, which was good. Got rid of that fucking year.
Yes, it's been one very shocking, sucky year.
Fucking hell, is it ever? But what do you think about, because now apparently we've got this vaccine.
Yes, we do.
What do you reckon?
Well, there's a lot of for and against the vaccine. Personally, I will take it when it's offered to me because for the simple fact through my work, I pretty much have to have it. So I will definitely have it. But, I mean, really, if we want to get rid of it completely, hopefully this vaccine will work and let people get on with their normal lives as much as possible.
Well, it was like I'm not going to say the name because it'd be classed as copyright, but we heard today that apparently they're saying that, what was it? It's got different
Embryos
in it, and it's got fucking what else in it?
There's a lot of stuff in it.
Apparently.
But then again, you look at the flu vaccination every year, they put extra stuff in that, and that's been going on for a few years now.
Well, it's like with the bloody kids, right? With the every year they all, when was it, year 7, year 8, they get all their injections.
Mm-hmm.
There's no difference to that. There's no difference to having the vaccinations when you're a baby.
No.
Unless you're an anti-vaxxer, but then you're a bloody idiot for that. I'm sorry, but you're an idiot for that.
Everyone's got their own personal choice, Matt.
Yeah, I know that, but at the same time, just that gets rid of a lot of diseases, but...
Yes.
And really, in some ways, people can't actually accept those kids because they haven't had their vaccinations in certain circumstances.
No, mainly because of the fact is, well, a fine example would be the whooping cough. Since there has been a lot of people immigrating to Australia and they haven't had it, there's been a bit of an increase in that going on. Not so much, I haven't heard nothing of now, but in the past there's been different times where, there's been whooping cough. Well, myself, when I used to work at, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to name the place where I used to work at the grammar school at Corio in Geelong. I was working in the boarding homes there.
Yeah.
And because of they're more or less overseas kids that come there, well, I end up getting the whooping cough from them and pass it on to Nathan, my son, brother.
Yeah.
So, and I got vaccinated and I've got everything for that, but I ended up with it. This is what I mean. Everybody really, I know it's a scary thing, this new one, but like the joke goes, well, if I grow an extra head, well, it's not good.
Mm.
But at the same time, you gotta, well, not gotta do it, but I think you gotta do it for your own health and everybody else.
Well, it's the same thing, right? You don't just look at yourself; you look at everyone around you.
Exactly.
I understand that people think that the government are forcing it on people. I understand that, but at the same time, we have to have it. If we want to get rid of this thing, well, we have to do it. Yeah,
but there are some peoples, and there are some religion where they can't accept it.
Yeah, that's understandable. That's their own beliefs. That's their own thing.
But that's what I mean. You don't have to have it, but you're encouraged to have it.
Yeah, I just don't know.
If you don't have it, just don't come near me. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But
I don't want it.
But like I said before, we've had one hell of a year in 2020.
Yes, missed a few things, but anyway.
Missed the Grand Prix. The Olympics were cancelled. or postponed to this year. We couldn't go to any footy games.
No. Couldn't go to the tennis.
Tennis this year.
Couldn't go to my own son's wedding, but I'm not the only person. There's been a lot of weddings cancelled. I feel very sorry for all you girls. But anyway, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Move on from that.
No, but we've had a lot of separations, and I'm actually going to get me mate on the line a bit later on, and I'll get him to have his little say about what's going on down Melbourne way. But I'm going to give my Nana a ring right now because we actually found out that people over 65 actually can't have the jab.
Not the ones that are going around at the moment, but I think they're having it because there's two different ones, and they're going to be having the second one.
Yeah. Well,
But anyway,
I'm going to give you Nana a ring and see what she has to say about it. See if she's home.
this could go well or could go bad.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Nana. What's going on?
Nothing much at all.
Well, you're on the Having Yak podcast. I've just got a question for you, Nana.
Yeah.
Apparently, the new vaccination, and Mum's also here as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, you guys can't get the vaccination if you're over 65. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know because they said they're going to give it to the old people in the home, aren't they?
Well, that's what I heard, but apparently people over 65 can't have the jab.
Yeah, why though?
Well, that's the whole thing. I'm not too sure now. What do you think about that? Because that means you can't have it either.
Well, that's right. I can't have it either. But the old people in the home are having it first, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Hey?
Pretty much, Mother.
Yeah, well, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we've got our consent forms too on yesterday
You got yours?
to have the concession to have it, but apparently at the moment over 65 can't have it with this particular injection that's going around, but apparently you're having the other one. There's two different injections, but there's one for the older
Oh, the older, yeah.
and the one for the 18s to 65.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Oh, so it's two different types of injections.
Two
Well,
different
that's what
types
they're
then.
saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a
I
medical
don't know.
person.
I haven't heard much on it. I just thought the old people in the old homes are having it. That's
Oh, they're
all.
going to have it, but not just yet.
Not yet, yeah.
No.
I don't know. Do you agree with it, Glenda?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be signing my consent form. We're more or less getting told anyway, especially in the nursing home.
Oh, well, you've got to have it because of nursing home and that.
Yeah, and they're more or less saying it's going to be no jab, no job.
Yeah, well, that's true. That is true too.
Well, they tell us with the flu injection that we've got to have it, otherwise we're not working because you're only going to spread it around.
Oh, well, that is right. That is right. I think it's just like the flu. You got to have the needle, and then you don't get it as bad.
No. Well, this
That's
one,
what they
though,
say.
yeah, you have this one, then we have another one in 3 months, like a booster.
Yeah, they say that anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Another needle
right.
to have.
Oh, well, when it comes around, I'll be having it. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. No,
When
I'm
it
not
comes around.
disagreeing with it. Like I just said before, I said if I get an extra head, well, there's a problem with it. But otherwise, no, I'm definitely getting it.
Oh, well, everyone's been, the bloody Duke and that have been done with it, haven't they? And,
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently
Queen and all
Charles and
well, Prince Charles and that's been done with it. So.
yeah. Has the Queen been done?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she's been done and Prince Philip's been done.
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh, righto.
Yeah. But he's in hospital now, but he's not sick with that. It's just old age, I think.
Nah, they're just saying he's in there for precaution.
Yeah, well, that's true too, I suppose.
And he's
yeah.
99.
Christ's sake, he's a big age.
Yeah, he's an old fart now.
Yeah.
He's an old joker down there now.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you go with the lockdown, Mother?
Oh, up to shit again.
Yeah.
Bloody awful, that lockdown, I reckon.
Yeah.
God,
So-
my legs got better.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that ointment, what that lady, the girl Williams told me. I rang her up today and thanked her very much. I said it's 100% on what it was.
Oh, that's good.
There's no more moisture coming out of it. It's not red.
Oh, very
It
good.
doesn't itch anymore.
Yep.
It doesn't itch anymore or nothing like that now.
Oh,
Good.
that's good.
Very, very good it is.
So there's medical stuff. It's good stuff
Yeah,
for you.
they got 2 lots of ointment. You got to mix it together
Yeah.
and just rub it on. But the ulcer's even healing now.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, it's all healing.
Yeah.
And there's a dermatitis all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Tuna girl said this morning, she said, "Oh, we're doing a good job." I said, "Oh, no, you're not." I said, "You didn't do it."
No,
I said, "It's the ulcer and wound lady, you done it.
That's
you
exact-
people are feeding it," I said.
that's exactly right.
Oh, bugger, I got to tell them straight, bugger 'em.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mother, you're on air.
Yeah.
It's all good, Dad. It's all good. Yeah, yes, you're on the podcast. I'm
All
recording.
right, yeah. I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
bloody care.
Yeah.
He gives a shit. But
I don't care.
but how'd you go through lockdown anyway now? Because you're in the middle of the sticks. How do you think people out your way has taken it?
Oh, they're nearly off their head.
Yeah, well, it's
Getting
not.
Well, we should never be locked down up in the country.
It
'Cause we've
does.
got no sign of it. We've got no sign of it, nothing.
No.
Go to Melbourne.
No, what you didn't hear what Mr. Andrew said the other day. He
I
was
don't take that bastard. He's
no,
mad.
not Mother. Listen,
He's mad.
No,
He's mad,
no.
the bastard. He's mad.
but like he said the other day, the whole Victoria had to be locked down because the regions have done so well, which is country everywhere. Because they've done so well, he wanted to be locked down so their Melbourne people can't sneak out of Melbourne
Oh.
and come into the regions. And then
Well, how come Mark Smith was up here feeding his sheep?
who?
Mark Smith up the road there.
Who's he?
Mark Smith up at Peaty's there.
Oh, right.
Oh, Mark Smith. Yeah, what the hell's he doing
when
up there?
was he there?
Well,
When did he
was
come up?
there when the lockdown was on.
So was he up there already though?
No, he come up here and he went home a couple of days later.
See, exactly. This is why he
Yeah.
locked. This is why he
Well,
locked.
how'd he get out of Melbourne though?
Oh, I probably got the address up here, up at your place, as his address probably.
I don't know what that was, but there's no borders to go through.
But that's exactly why he
Yeah.
locked the whole Victoria down. He didn't want people out of Melbourne because the regions have done so well. He didn't want them to get into the country and give it to us in the country.
Yeah,
But
that's
see,
right.
again, there's one example already where Melbourne people don't listen.
They don't listen to nothing.
No.
They don't care.
No, they don't.
care.
Because they got their head in the sand and they think that there's nothing going on, there's nothing wrong, and this is all a big bloody bullshit excuse to lock people up.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's a bloody virus going around and it's got to be stopped.
Well,
Yeah.
it's got to be stopped. I know that. I know it's got to be stopped. But why
Yeah.
should we put up with that shit when Melbourne should just be locked down itself?
Yeah, I know. But
That's
anyway,
my opinion, anyway.
like I've said to someone a couple of days ago, I said, well, you can carry on all you want, but would you like to do his job?
No way.
I
You
wouldn't
can
do
have
it either. So I just think, well, give him. He has stuffed up a couple of things, but I mean, give him a go. They're trying their best with this new bloody virus.
Oh, yeah.
They
but
know
it's
as much about it as what we do.
Nothing. They know nothing.
That's right. It's a new
They
virus.
know nothing.
That's
we know
it.
nothing about it either.
No, that's it. So,
But
anyway.
it's got to be stopped anyway. It's got to be stopped.
It does.
and
It
I
really
think,
does.
Stop,
and
you
I
know?
think the vaccinations will help.
Yeah, that's right.
And if they can get everyone to have a vaccination, and it just calms it
Well,
down a
it's
bit.
just like the common flu, isn't it? You
Yeah.
know?
Well, it's
helps
like,
you.
like influenza, not last year, but the year before. But people don't realise that there was lots of people that died from that.
Oh, yeah.
Last
yeah,
year we had none because we all wear a mask. That's why.
But
Yeah,
always
we've
too
got
in
to sleep
lockdown
hard.
too.
Yeah,
Has he
lockdown.
got to wear a mask to school too?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's got to wear one over
Yeah.
12 or something now.
Yeah, no, that's good. They got to
Is he
wear.
back at his cadets now?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
last night, was it?
Yes.
Oh, that's good anyway. He's gone back to that. That's good.
Yes. Very happy about that.
Yeah, that's good anyway. That's opened up again anyway.
Yeah. So.
But
anyway.
yeah, but thank you very much for your opinion, Nana. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's all up the shit to me.
It is, Nana, but that's just the way it goes, eh?
Yeah, what's the weather like down there? Hot?
Bloody
No,
hot.
nice and hot.
Yeah.
Bloody
Bloody
hot.
hot here too, 38.
Well, we're about 36 today.
Yeah, about
Yeah,
36
we're
today.
38.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 38 tomorrow and Sunday as well.
Oh, at least we get the cool change.
And 20 at night time, you know.
Yeah, it's too bloody. We went out last night to pick up Heavy from cadets, and it just felt like I was in bloody Darwin.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't like that weather.
Bloody humid and it was crappy.
It's humid. You can't sleep.
No, you
I
can't.
don't like that weather. I'd rather a hot day and then a cool night.
Yeah.
At
Anyway,
least you
Mum.
can sleep.
Anyway.
Rightio then, I'll catch up to you.
No worries at all. Thank you very much, Nana, for coming on.
Righto then.
All right.
See
Bye.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, there you go.
There's Nana. She always talks about everything.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, if you want to know people, yeah, she's got a bit of a sore on the leg and it's been getting infected and, yeah, getting real bad. But then now it's finally starting to heal up, which is good.
She's only nearly 81.
She's 81. And so hang on. So I didn't know this. So there's two different injections that we're getting and what she's getting.
I think so. That's what they're talking at. That's what I've been informed about. And yeah, there's two different injections.
Well, when are the Reggie's getting theirs?
I have no word. We've just got our consent forms of that to say yes, we'll have it. That's all I know.
Okay.
I reckon we'll get it within the month.
You reckon I should give me mate a call?
See if he's answering. If he's not busy.
Yeah, well, he'll probably be working, but I'll give him a go. All right. Let's give Andrew a ring.
This could be a different stuff.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, mate?
Not a lot yourself.
Not much, mate. Yes, you're on air on having the yak. What's going on?
Oh yeah, can't complain. Same old.
I've actually got Mum here too.
Oh, hello, Andrew.
Hello.
All right. So, what do you think about the jab, mate?
What, the boxing punch?
No, the jab, the vaccination jab.
Oh, I don't really know anything about it. I don't have a problem with it either.
More the point, are you going to have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to have it because we got to deal with customers. So
Yes.
No, but what's your actual opinion on it? You reckon you should wait, or even if you weren't working where you're working now, would you
Yeah,
have it,
I'll still
or
have
would you
I
wait?
have no problems taking it.
Yeah, I honestly can't see what the problem would be.
Yes.
I mean, people sit there and say it's been rushed, that vaccines usually take years and years, but this is unlike any other. Every single company in the world is concentrating on one thing. Of course, it's going to be quicker than normal.
And of course, there's been billions of dollars spent on the bloody thing.
Wow.
Exactly. So, I mean, you
Ugh.
can't compare it to a normal vaccine. It's like trying to compare a race car to a normal car. It's just
It's
this.
ridiculous.
Everyone's trying to
Everyone's been
get.
focusing on one thing with an unlimited budget. So, of course, it was going to happen quicker.
That's right. And it'd be the quicker the better, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon too.
But one good thing I must say about with Australia is our federal government's saying they're not going to release it until it's 100% proven
Yeah.
to be okay.
At the end of the day, if people actually take a bit of time to look into these things, they'll realise that there's nothing in there that can actually really hurt you.
Nah.
Well, with any new vaccine or new medication, there's going to be some form of side effect. Like
There could be.
there's going to be so many different things, but the whole thing is, like Brum just said, with Australia, at least we test it. We actually make sure it's safe, and we make sure that it's actually going to be good for us to actually have. Hey,
Unless you've got proven allergies, you could have a bit of an issue. But that's what I've heard. But I mean, that's everything.
yeah. Well,
The
you're saying,
only
mate?
side effect I've ever had is when I got my tetanus shot recently. It left like a small mark on my arm, but that's about the only thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think that's everyone. I think everyone gets a mark after they have a vaccine of some sort.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's it. Well, with the flu, like Mum, you always get sick when you get the flu shot, don't you, Mum?
Yeah, and I always get a red and swollen arm, but that's probably because it tense my muscle up when they give it to me. But I always get like a little reaction to it, but that's because they make it stronger every year because the flu was getting pretty bad.
Now, I'm going to say rant a lot, rant alert, I should say. So what's been going on down Melbourne way, mate? How's it going down there?
Yeah, not too bad at all, really. I mean, we're back to normal. I mean, that lockdown was hard, but it was necessary.
Yep. How's been your work been going, but has there been any changes in your work?
No, not really at all. We're basically back to normal. I mean, I drove past the tennis yesterday and that was packed out solid, so I think everything's back to normal pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
said that though.
And if you want any decking done or any plumbing, carpentry, that type of thing, make sure you give my mate Andrew a call, or go on Facebook and look up Outlaw Trading Services.
Yep. Thank you very much for that.
No worries.
And he's down in Werribee.
Werribee.
Bit of a plug.
Give him or his mate Cowboy a ring, and they'll set you up. I've seen some photos and they do a great job. But how's actually Melbourne reacting, mate, down there? Like, is everyone all right, or have they actually gone tense?
I think fed up might be the right word for it. I think,
Or uneasy type thing, you know?
yeah,
Fed
I feel
up.
like everyone agrees that the lockdown was necessary to get us back to normal, but we all agree it should never have been in this situation. We should never be in this position again, but because the overwhelming feeling is that we've had three breakouts from hotel quarantine
Yeah.
back to back to back to back. And at the start, I know a lot of people were, is it the Andrews government's fault? Is it not? And I think now everyone's sitting there and going, well, it keeps happening, so it's obviously a fault of theirs and not anyone else's. And I feel like that's the overwhelming frustration.
I think it's the air conditioning myself.
Yeah.
Well, hotels aren't set up for it, but in New South Wales they don't have the hotel smack bang in the CBD.
Yeah.
No.
In Melbourne they have it in the CBD, and it's just
Oh,
so go on.
no, there's a bloke on there this morning. They were talking about Puckapunyal using the army base out there. We said that would be a good idea.
See, John was talking about that me and John were talking about that in another episode.
Yeah.
We should be bloody doing something like that.
Not have it in right inside Melbourne, because they're going to escape. They're going to go out. They're going to want to get out and do something.
Well, of course they are.
But there's also Avalon. That's another good place too, because they can't go anywhere, and
Yeah.
they'll have all what they want there.
Yeah.
But,
Sorry, Mum. Have you actually heard anything about that, Andrew, down your way?
Yeah, they are. They're building something. I don't know what exactly. I think it is at Avalon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the real issue is the reason why we're having lockdowns is because the government doesn't have any confidence in its test and tracing, in its contact tracing. So here's the crazy part: if you go to Sydney or you go to Brisbane, there's a QR code on the front of every restaurant that you have to scan your phone in. Down in Melbourne, they're still using pen and paper.
Yeah.
And I believe a lot of it is the Andrews government doesn't really want to acknowledge the fact that their theory was wrong, because we're the only state that still uses private security and still uses pen and paper. So obviously you can see where the problems are going.
Yeah, we've got a lot of those scanning ones down here in Warrnambool, though.
Yeah, we've also got them up at, we went to Swan Hill, and there was, she actually said to us, make sure you use the QR code
To scan.
before you come in. So,
Yeah.
But the biggest difference with that is in Sydney, the QR code is the same for every single restaurant. It's one QR code.
Yeah.
Down here, the QR codes are restaurant's choice.
yeah, it's like,
And they're
Oh,
all
see.
different providers.
yeah,
all
no, it
different
is.
companies.
It
Yeah.
is. It's like bloody nearly 10 different sorts of bloody places you can go, and it's a pain in the ass.
I think that's the overwhelming frustration that everyone has, is just the fact that our government just don't come out and say, we got it wrong, we're going to follow the model of Sydney, which, let's be honest here, they've handled it the best out of everyone. They've had more return travellers, they've got a bigger population, and they've had barely next to no outbreaks. And the outbreaks they've had, they've learned from their mistakes.
Yeah, they just locked down the actual suburbs too, not the whole city.
Yeah.
They had their hotspots.
Oh, they fucking had some hotspots. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, they had some hotspots. But when you look at the pure numbers, we've had 21,000 cases, they've had 4,500.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've had more return travellers, a bigger population, more dense in Sydney, and it just, the numbers don't lie when you look at it.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is I wouldn't do his job. I wouldn't like that job. No
No.
way.
Definitely not.
I mean, I wouldn't like it either. I just have the mindset of a mistake's a mistake and everyone makes them. But when it keeps happening and nothing changes, you got to start looking at why it's happening.
Yeah. I think at least this time, too, when he said, 5-day lockdown, I think that was the right thing to do because the last time they said, we should lock down. Oh, maybe we should lock down. And they took too long to do it, and look what happened.
Yeah, 100% I agree.
We had
No
we
one
had a
down here is
big
complaining about that.
blowout. And I tell you, Melbourne don't need another lockdown like that.
I don't think they'd get it to happen. I think even if he imposed it, I don't think people would follow it this time.
Nah, because
I
it's
think,
getting to the point of no return for a lot of people.
And I feel like with the vaccine being so close, it's just, it wouldn't happen now. I mean, at the end of the day, it's, I think we've seen our last lockdown, to be honest, considering how close the vaccine is.
Yeah. And the good thing is, too, the cases, I don't know, were there any cases today? I haven't heard of today.
I didn't hear anything.
But the only ones, that's why we come out of our lockdowns, because the only ones have had are all connected to the Holiday Inn. So that's good. It was all contained.
I did hear something about 3 cases, but I don't think it was in Melbourne or anything really too concerning.
No, it's probably contained at the motel anyway.
Probably was.
They're probably in quarantine already.
But
so that's the main thing. Long as there's no actual new cases.
I think what they're more worried about is not the actual case numbers. It's more of the locally transmitted cases.
Yes.
Victoria had 3 new cases, but they were all linked to the cluster already.
Yeah.
So when you've actually got, this is the thing, people. When you actually have a virus case, and if you know where it's come from, it's very easy to lock it down and say, okay, they've been here, they've been there, blah, 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 lock it down, send people a text saying, get tested. But when you have this unknown case and it's from unknown areas, you don't know where it's from.
Yeah, but also, too, you
don't know where it comes from.
It's like a little bit like that ad where the boy's unwell, but he passes the coffee to the girl. And she wipes her nose and then puts her hand on the coffee and then gives it to the bloke.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
And that's how easy it is to spread it.
Yeah.
So I can understand where they're coming from as far as getting it locked down and finding out, tracing it. But, I mean, at the same time, it's just very hard.
See, the thing is, too, right, I dare say, Andrew, you'll probably say this too, I dare say, Mum, you'd say this too, but me being a bigger fella and with a big goatee, as you can tell by the cover art, it's a pain in the ass wearing a mask.
No, you'll be wearing him for a while.
And you'd have to agree too, wouldn't you, mate?
Yeah, it's even worse when you're working with power tools and you got to wear them. You know, like you've got like the other day I had the grinder going and I had the face mask and the mask under the face mask because that's just the rules. And I was like,
yeah,
felt a little pointless, but because I was already wearing the mask, but.
Yeah, but you get nearly suffocated with the fucking things.
You do.
It get very hot.
I heard a good interview the other day with a doctor talking about how obviously there's another issue going on at the moment with Facebook ditching the news, and he made a good point by saying when you stop and analyze the numbers and analyze everything else, this virus is not deadly to everyone.
No.
It's not.
What's made it harder to us is the media. He goes, the media thrive on negative images, negative headlines. That because a negative headline will catch your attention more than a positive one.
The fucking doom effect.
And unfortunately, you've got to remember that our governments and our world leaders, they're affected by that just as much as the average Joes. So he said when they see doom and gloom on the headline, of course, they get more and more worried and concerned about it. And he said when you actually look at it, the virus itself, if when you look at the big numbers of cases, 700 cases a day, everyone panics and they think, oh no, 700 cases a day. 697 of them recover.
Yeah.
And he said
Yep.
the other day, that's the same with any virus in the world. He goes, the flu, if you looked at the number of flu cases a day, it'd be roughly the same in terms of the amount of recoveries. It's just they're not smacked up on the news.
Yeah,
exactly
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not last year, but the year before, we actually lost more people with influenza than we have with this virus.
Well, you probably had the same thing with the gastro.
Yeah.
Excuse me, people.
Yeah, I feel that's been a bit of information that's been lacking. I mean, even when Mr. Andrews done the press conference every single day, he never told us the amount recovered. It was always the amount of people who passed away and the case numbers.
Yeah. Yep.
And I feel like how different would it have been if the narrative was, we've had 795 cases, 5 deaths, and 690 people have recovered.
Yeah.
The mindset would change. The
I
whole
think so.
world would be different.
Because there was two kind of grades of virus too, wasn't there? There was the virus like a flu that you had to stay home with for 14 days, or there was the virus that you end up in hospital on the
Incubator.
the ventilator.
A ventilator. What did I say?
Yeah.
Incubator.
But I
See,
mean,
the flu can put people on a ventilator quite just as easy.
Yeah.
yeah. But half the time though, like it's no disrespect to other people who have lost someone through this though.
No, of course
But
not.
a lot of them had an underlying health issue anyway, especially the older ones.
Well, that's the whole thing. I think it was about nearly 70% of all cases that died. I'm sorry for your loss, but they had a health problem.
Yeah, but they were over 85 too.
Yeah, like some of them were over 70, some of them were over 80, some of them were even in their fucking 90s.
But still, it's not a nice way to go.
It's not. No, it's not. Of course, it's not a nice way to go. But it happens. We can't stop what we can't control.
And I feel like that's got to be, I feel like that's becoming the narrative now with a lot of the population. They're realizing that, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, because I don't think I truly and honestly believe it's so for everyone, because the government's fallen for it as well, in the sense of they're panicking by seeing cases and they're panicking by seeing this, and they're getting influenced by it all. And I feel like the people now are looking and going, well, hold on a moment. We know what you can't keep telling us this is this deadly airborne disease. We know what it is.
Yeah.
We've seen it before. Because, people forget that when you go back, influenza, when it first became prominent,
It was bad.
that was also, that was, in fact, worse.
Yeah, it's bad every year, the influenza, and the only thing that saved them last year was the fact we had a mask on.
And that is something that really I feel like it's getting forgotten about, is that there's always going to be viruses.
Of course
Of
there
course
is.
there is, mate.
And I
Yep.
feel like the other problem too is, in America, if you had the virus and died in a car crash, it got listed as a virus death.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the
Oh,
thing, there's there's a lot of underlining things were going on as well.
Like you'd walk into the hospital with a bullet wound in your head, pass away and die. Oh, that's a COVID-19 death.
Yeah, yeah,
And as crazy as that sounds, that's what was going on.
yeah. Exactly. But when you think about it, in Australia, okay, how many cases did we end up having altogether?
Oh, like under 30.
Hang on, I'll have
Right.
a look.
And how many we had about 900 deaths, didn't we?
Just give us a
800
minute,
in
guys.
Victoria.
800.
So 800 deaths compared to 20,000 cases.
Yeah.
What, did you
That's
just
a
look it up, did
survival
you?
rate of 99.
Did you just look it up, did you?
No, I heard on the radio before you actually rang me. We have a survival rate of 99%.
Well, you look at that, and you look at America, where they've lost 600,000.
But keep in comparison, America's had 11 million or 14 million cases, and their survival rate's still 99%.
Yeah, yeah.
That's here's the thing: these numbers sound scary and big, but there's no context behind it. When you say 600,000 deaths, you go, "Holy crap!"
Mm.
But then you look at 600,000 next up, 20 million recovered, and you go, "Hold on a moment,
That's not really too bad.
Well,
yeah."
here's some stats here, right?
Oh,
In
there you go.
Australia, we've actually have had over 28,912 cases. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not being counted the ones lately, but this is what I've got. And recovered 25,486, and we've only had 909 dead.
That's a lot. Still a
Dead.
lot. It's still a
And-
lot, but it's yeah. You put it a better way than that, Matt. 909 that passed away.
No, they're dead.
Yeah, as I say, then dead.
They're just dead.
Dead. Well, how else is there to say it?
Well,
Passed away.
but at the
Gone,
same time,
gone through the heavenly gates of Jesus, or
that's-
some other shit.
Don't start. But then you compare that
Love and mung
to
beans.
you compare that to Ireland, which is probably about, I don't know if it's as big as Australia or small as Australia. Or, I don't know. Anyway, but they're getting 1,500 cases a day.
Yeah, but their population's like 70 million, though.
Is it? I didn't think it was that big.
Yeah, Australia's got 26 million. Britain's got 76 million.
Yeah.
As I
And
said, I mean, it's all proportionate when you look at it. All these numbers lie to you because you look at them and you go, "Holy crap, that's scary. That's this, that, and the third." But then you look at every other number next to it, and you're like, "Hold on a minute." Everywhere you go in the world, the survival rate's 99%.
yeah, it's not too bad.
It's not what you'd call a
Very bad.
Well, technically, for a virus to be considered a plague, which is what you can usually consider for lockdowns and that, the death rate has got to be above 10%.
Yeah.
This virus is only 1% or less, or 0.8%, which means it's in the category of the flu. It's in the category of all them.
Yeah.
Just a normal common disease that you get.
Yeah. And one we knew nothing about, and we still don't know exactly everything about it either.
No.
So really,
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they go, it's worse than the flu, and it may be worse than the flu, but you got to keep in mind, to most people, the flu is just a cough and a sneeze.
yeah, well, you can get some bad flus too.
Oh, you can, but that's what I was saying. But to most people,
Yeah,
the flu is just a cough and a sneeze. So if this makes a person vomit or cough a bit harder, it's still technically worse than the flu. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
you're going to lose your life from it, though.
no, that's right. So there's something else going on with it to make it that bad.
I'm just trying to find an email I sent to myself.
An email you sent to yourself.
Yeah, no, because I've seen it. And, here it is.
One of those lonely nights. I'll be my own friend.
No, because I've got this thing where I'll get breaking news all the time, and I'm just gonna read out something for you, and I want you guys to say what your opinion of it is. Right now, this is from the Perth Now. The World Health Organization scientist has not ruled out the possibility that the virus causes of COVID-19, blah blah blah, emerged outside of China. They're more or less saying now, right, that was about it, what they really just said. But they're more or less saying now that the actual virus didn't even come from China, which is a whole heap of shit. But Professor John Watson was a part of the WHO team who travelled to China to investigate the origins of the pandemic, and said the virus leap from animal to humans may have occurred outside the country's borders. He says the pandemic most likely started with an infection of an animal reservoir, which was passed on to humans in immediate host. So basically, what he's saying is that it was like some form of fish or shellfish or some form of animal reservoir, and then it's got passed on to humans. That's apparently how the virus started. But it wasn't in China. Asked if was sure the virus emerged in China, Professor Watson who previously served as England's Deputy Chief Medical Health, blah, 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 says all sorts of reasons suggest that China is a very, very possible source of an outbreak, he told BBC. But there is no means necessarily that the place of the leap from animals to humans took place. So what exactly does that mean, you reckon?
I don't think they know what they mean.
Yeah, I got you lost me halfway through. It got a little bit analytical.
You know what? I think they're pulling at a lot of straws and they're trying to blame game everybody. It's come out of China, but they don't know exactly where. They first thought it was a market, then they said no, it's human made, and then it's this, it's that, and the other.
And then it was the US Marines. Then it was Australia's fault.
At the end of the day, we've got this terrible bloody virus, and we've just got to deal with it and get rid of it or live with it.
It's like this last bit that he said. He said, but in no means took place in humans, blah, blah. And I think we need to ensure that we are looking beyond the borders of China as well as within China. So is he saying that it is in China or is it out of China?
Doesn't matter.
It
really doesn't matter where it come from. It could have come from back of Burke. Who knows?
So used to more or less saying exactly the same thing that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Is that what the fuck? what the hell is he talking about?
That's not.
He's done a complete circle.
He has.
Yeah.
Well, what are they doing? Are they trying to fucking say
the blame
we have
game.
no idea?
Blame game. We got no idea. We don't know, and we'll just blame everybody, but maybe ourselves.
Oh, it's fucking bullshit. But it's been over a year now, and I will say this: I don't give a fuck who's actually listening. But if anyone is listening to a certain degree and it doesn't agree with what I'm saying, well, I don't care. But the whole thing is that China are arrogant little fuckers because they are not letting the health organisation or anyone else go into that area in, where was it, Wuhan or something, to actually investigate where all this shit actually started.
They have, but they're too late doing it.
Yeah, because China's have freaking cleaned it all up.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, mate.
The horse is already bolted.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter. The thing is what's been done has been done, and what's happening is happening, and hope to God this vaccine will help everybody, help us to get living with it.
Yeah, but someone has to be held accountable for what the fuck actually is going on.
Well, you see, the thing about the thing is, you can't ascertain where the thing started from, and that's just the issue with the thing. That's all I've got to say on the thing.
I know what he's doing. He's been a smart ass because I'm always saying the thing.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what was even better though? The other day, just on a little off subject, I rang up a doctor and I rang up one of those medical centers because I needed some headache tablets.
Yeah.
And I thought I couldn't get anywhere else, so I rang up this doctor and they said your doctor will call you. It's one of those ones where
video chat. You video chat.
No. You just ring up and you say, "Oh, can I speak to the next available doctor?" The guy answered under the name Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
His last name was Phil.
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
And I tried to maintain composure the whole entire conversation.
You know what I would have said?
He wasn't a psychiatrist, was he?
Yeah, you know what I would have said, mate? I would have said, are you going to change a day in my life?
This is a changing day in your life. You're getting your headache pills.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to also to say thank you very much for everyone in Japan and Poland and Spain who have been listening to this podcast. She's gone freaking multinational now. But thank you very much for listening to my podcast.
I'd also like to just clarify something with our Chinese listeners.
Oh, God.
That I heard there's been a lot of rumours and innuendo, but we can 100% confirm that Matt is not a panda. I know there's been a lot of rumours about it, but we can confirm he's not.
No, he's not.
He does have a lot of panda qualities, like the roly-polies and the clumsiness.
But he's not black and white.
No.
Yeah. I love those panda videos with the Aussie man.
I love the pandas. I love pandas.
They're funny.
Icky cumbersome bastards.
No, they're very cute.
That one the other day with the sad, depressed pandas in the bath.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Jesus.
know. So
Look at this sorrowful
you actually on a meal break, are you, or are you just not working today?
No, I'm done today. I'm just doing paperwork.
Oh,
No,
well.
geez, I would be too, mate. Getting out of this freaking heat.
Oh, it wasn't fun.
No, I can imagine. But yeah, so it's just it is what it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Really, it is
Yep.
what it
It
is.
is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't.
Yeah.
And pretty much you got to just suck it up, get your needle, and hope for the best that we can all get back to normal and get these flights happening so we can go on holidays and have people come home.
Yeah, but also too, go and visit Australia first.
Yeah, well, they're doing that now. So that's good.
Yeah, but anyway, mate, thank you very much for coming on, and I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later on.
Right, catch us. Good
See
to
ya.
catch you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, so that was Andrew. He's always been a good valued person on this show, like your mum here, and John Boy.
So that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, basically we've been going on for about 46 minutes now. I'm going to leave everything that Nana said about the ointments and shit. I'm going to leave all that in there. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, my mother sometimes got a bit of dementia. But that's okay. That's all right.
I might actually get. I was actually going to thinking about giving John a ring, but it's 20 past 2, so he'd be probably still asleep because he does night shift. But I might see if we can get him, Mum, and John on tomorrow.
Yeah, cool.
Because he's coming over, and but we'll see. Depends on how busy me and John are, because we always go around at the back and enjoy ourselves at the back. But anyway, thank you very much, Mum.
All right, no worries. Have a good day, everybody.
I reckon this is a pretty good episode, and all the rest of it. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you for the next one.
See ya.
See ya.